Peace and blessings, everyone, and thank you for tuning into this video. This is going to be a pick a card reading for the air signs. So if you are a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius, then hopefully this video will resonate with you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a few minutes to pick a card or to pick a pile. So we have on pile 1, we have pyrite. So pyrite is pile 1. Pile 2 is fluorite. Fluorite is pile 2. And then we have the pink agate. So pink agate is pile 3. All right, so I'll give you a few minutes to kind of clear your mind and pick which particular pile you are more drawn to. Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and remove the other piles here, and we'll get started with the pyrite pile. All right, so if you chose pyrite, then here are your cards. The first card is movement, choices, and decisions. So that's the 2 of Wands. The next one is humor. The next one is the Dove. And then we have the Key. And the very last one is the Hermit. Okay, beautiful reading. I like this energy. All right, so the first card, movement, choices, and decisions. The 2 of Wands sort of pictures you at a crossroads at this time. You have different choices here. So you have different doorways that you can walk through with different things in there, right? Some of these things are tangible. You can actually grab and touch them. Some of them are more spiritual, right? So it depends on you're at a crossroads and you're choosing your path. Which direction are you going to take? Which direction are you going to move? What choice will you make here? Okay. All right, so with the 2 of Wands, the message here is to pause a little bit before you make your choice. When it comes to making a decision, make sure you are clear-minded. Make sure that you are choosing the path that is going to be correct for you, okay? It's a time of movement and changes are afoot. With hard work, great effort, and determination, you have the ability to juggle all the demands that are in front of you. Whether they concern money, business decision, or other projects, it's important to stay flexible and focused. You don't have to do it alone. Reach out for the best advice and assistance. In addition, a financial union or partnership may present itself to you. The more time you take to make these vital decisions and choices, the longer it will be before you can move towards your goal. The changes that are emerging aren't some random acts or coincidences. They are all part of a positive and larger scheme. Notice the connections with everything, as this will enable you to avoid future problems and conflicts. All right, so it's saying that the longer you take to make a decision, nothing's really going to move until you make this decision, basically, okay? Also, humor. So it says, I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. All right. So make sure that you're not just so serious all the time. Make sure you're taking time to laugh. Watch something on TV that's going to make you laugh and bring you joy. See the humor in the everyday little things. It's okay to sometimes be able to laugh at yourself, right? So, you sometimes you see pictures of the laughing Buddha who is on here. So choose humor. You don't have to be so serious. If you're on your spiritual journey and you try to be serious all the time, you'll definitely, you'll definitely go a little crazy. So it's a need to be able to laugh at yourself, right? And to laugh at, just, laugh at things. Don't be so serious. Don't take things so seriously all the time. And then we have the dove. And it's funny that the dove showed up because I felt like I'm kind of rushing through this, the reading for you. And it says, slow down, pause, and breathe. And I think that's your energy that I'm picking up. So there is a need to slow down, pause, and take a breath. I want to read to you what the meaning of the dove is as far as your spirit animal goes. I really, really like the energy of the dove here. So it says serenity. Take a deep breath. Now take another. Then another. Feel what happens in your body as you do so. This is what you need to do in the midst of any turmoil you're going through. It brings you home in body, mind, and spirit. So that's that still place inside you where you can feel and hear your heartbeat and the rhythm of your breathing, giving you the assurance that you're alive and everything is all right. There's really no need to worry or fret about the circumstances of your inquiry. There's not even a need for you to find a solution. The solution will find you, but only when you calm down and stop trying to figure it out from a place of fear and anxiety. You have to trust that what to do or not to do will become evident once you're able to center yourself. That way you can think more clearly, breathe more easily, find your faith, and remember that the angels are really on your side. Okay? So this has a lot to do with breathing and trusting that everything is going to be working out in your favor. The key. Locked doors can now be opened. This card is very interesting. When we think about a key, we think about something that's used to unlock something that's used to open something up. Okay? Understand that everything that you need is already within you. You hold the key already to what it is that you are looking for. Okay, so if you've been, worried about making this decision and, you've kind of let your anxiety get the best of you, this is definitely a message to slow down, to breathe, and understand that you have the key. You hold the key in your hand already. So there's really no need to go out searching for this because it will come to you. It is already yours. Okay, and then we have the Hermit card. All right, also the key, going back to the key card, it's saying that the key is also a symbol of trust and responsibility, and I feel like you need to hear this. Do not abuse the confidence that another has placed in you, okay? There's a message there for somebody. All right, and then last but not least, we have the Hermit card. So the Hermit card is really about spending a lot of time alone in solitude and meditation. The hermit is normally pictured alone with a light. So I think this is like tapping into that inner light that you have within you. Understanding that everything that you could ever want for is already there, that anything that you could ever ask for is already yours, okay? The Hermit card spends a lot of time alone. You could be an introvert, a lot of time alone in meditation, which the Hermit doesn't mind this because that's where the Hermit can be the most creative. That's where the Hermit can tap into that divine energy where anything is possible. Okay? All right, so that's all I'm going to say about pile 1 here. We're going to go ahead and move on to pile number 2. So if yours was pile number 2 and you chose the green fluorite, then here are your cards. We have the crown chakra. We have pride. We have the snake. We have the seer. And we have the sun. Oh, wow. just beautiful energy here. All right, so the first card here, the crown chakra. If you are working on opening up your crown chakra, okay, if you're focusing on working on opening up your crown chakra, this is the top chakra. It's number 7, and it's located at the very top of your head. All right, it's been called the 1,000-petaled lotus, or the receiver of light. This chakra is the center of your link with the universe, the infinite, and your higher consciousness. It's the connection between wisdom and spiritual insight. The crown center is the area where ethereal light and energy, you are receiving. This is where you receive it, and it's then dispersed throughout your aura for total well-being. To balance this chakra, normally meditation, breath work, yoga, spiritual healing, acupuncture, and color therapy work the best. When properly aligned, your crown chakra will expand to the point where it's possible to access and tap into the deepest sources of wisdom. That's beautiful. Okay, the crown chakra. I feel like once you have this energy center open up, all of your cells are energized in your body with light, and that's when it comes to like the spontaneous healing. You might actually feel energy in your hands and your feet where it's getting hot, because that energy is moving throughout your body with no restriction, and so that energy can then be used on the different tools that you have. You can use it with crystals to amplify that healing aspect, that healing energy. You can actually use it on other people to do Reiki healing energy sessions with people. Also, we have pride. It says, I love myself and I see myself in everyone. Okay? So I love myself and I see myself in everyone. It says you need to take time to honor and acknowledge who you are and what your soul has accomplished with your life thus far. You should look at your past soul choices and be mindful of how through your positive actions, compassion, and understanding, you have made a better life for yourself and others. How have you changed the world in some little way? How have you shared insight with others? Reflect on what you have mastered. So don't undervalue or underappreciate or underestimate yourself as far as how far you can go and how far you have already come. I feel like you've came a long way through your journey. Now, a lot of times people tend to spend too much of their time on negative emotions and what they have not done, right? So if you're focusing more of what you have not done, you need to focus more on what you have already accomplished thus far. Okay? And then, of course, the snake healing. This is recognizing that you are a healer. Recognizing that when complete strangers come up to you and tell you their whole life story, our people can feel like they can talk to you about, any and everything. You're the one that people call whenever, something's happening with them, and you just make them feel better. Just talking to you makes people feel better. This is not by coincidence. This is definitely for a reason. This is definitely for a purpose. You are a healer, so this is confirmation. The seer, follow your intuition. So this is following your intuition. That's a tough one. Because a lot of times we try to think our way through things, right? So we'll use more logic. Logic is good. It's great when it comes to business decisions, right? When it comes to work and stuff like that. But when you're working at things working with things more of a spiritual nature, your intuition is what you really, really need to depend on. So when it comes to choosing certain things, your intuition is what's going to be guiding you here. You also might have visions. Pay attention to those. Pay attention to your intuition, your gut feelings. Go with that because it's normally correct. It's normally on point. Okay? And then we have the Sun card. The Sun card is, a lot of times, this is like the card of the soul, because the Sun, that's the solar plexus, that's the card of the soul. So the Sun card also has a lot to do with happiness and good times. Again, the Sun card is healing. Because a lot of times people say, "What if you're feeling sick? Get out, get some sunlight, drink plenty of water, get plenty of rest." But the Sun card, this is definitely a card of healing, another confirmation that you are indeed a healer. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about pile number 2. We're going to go ahead and move on to the last pile. So if you chose pink agate, that is pile number 3. And here are your cards. The first one is 5, which is conflict and defeat. The second one is fear. And then we have the possum, strategy. And then we have fire. And then we have Ace of Pentacles. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get started here. So the very first card that came out for you, if you chose pile number 3, is the 5 of Swords in the traditional tarot deck. And this one, it says conflict and defeat. Normally the 5 of Swords is about an outer conflict that you might have with somebody else. Sometimes it could be about an inner conflict that you're having within yourself. Okay, so the number 5 mental card represents significant learning and change. And how you handle yourself at this time is vital to your overall well-being. This card could relate to a lack of sensitivity in taking action or in response to conditions or situations around you. This need for sensitivity could relate to you or someone else in your life. Even though a battle can be won, it's important to evaluate the cost and pain to both parties. So choosing your battles wisely. Sometimes it's best to surrender and walk away if no answer or victory can be achieved. Don't assign blame, become deceitful, or set out to get revenge, for this results in negative energy becoming a part of you. You're being tested on how delicately and gently you take your next step. Remember, everything in your life is an opportunity to learn and grow. Okay? And then the next card we have is fear. It says, I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. So again, when it comes to making your decisions, make sure you're not making those decisions based upon the fear frequency. Okay? Always try to come from a place of love. I can't talk. Always make sure you try to come from a place of love and understanding when it comes to certain situations. Now, if you're on the receiving end of this, and if somebody is not being sensitive towards you, it's best to walk away from them and to, just cut that off completely. All right. So, and then also understand that if somebody's treating you in a certain type of way, that's showing their fear manifesting, okay? And it doesn't really have anything to do with you. That has a lot to do with the conflicts that they're having within themselves. So, the possum strategy, it says have a backup plan, all right? So there might be a need to have a backup plan here and to strategize. Okay, it says, don't get too attached to one and only one plan. Always have a plan B or at least a few other approaches to the subject of your inquiry. Too often you'll find yourself stuck with an agenda about how things should be or how you should act in a given situation, whether or not the plan you're acting on is one that will work. One definition of insanity is trying the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Okay, so this time try something new. So if this has to do with a reaction, some people will try to test you to get a certain reaction from you, and you will continue to give them that same reaction and then receive this same result over and over again. If you can come from a place where you're acting out of love, and those people that come towards you and attack you, they see that you're not reacting in the way that you have been reacting. That also brings you a level of protection, right, from people who do this purposely. Okay, so try a different way this time. If you normally react out of anger and hostility, don't do it. Be able to walk away from this and choose your battles wisely. Okay, and then we have fire. So it says reckless actions lead to conflict. Okay, so another message: don't be reckless in your choices and decisions. You know, make sure you take a step back, try a different way than you have before. Okay, and then we have prosperity, the Ace of Pentacles. All right, so this is positive. The Ace of Pentacles has to do with a new opportunity. So I think that once you do, I feel like once you do try something different this time, if the situation manifests and you try something different this time and you're not reckless with your actions, this could also be a fire sign that you're dealing with here. Okay, there will be a new opportunity that's given to you, and it will come in the form of a gift, and you'll be like, wow, you know, I'm so glad that I made that decision. I'm so glad that I decided to not react in the way that I normally do, and it will pay off for you, and it will bring you a level of comfort, security. You know, it'll be, in the long run, it will pay off. Okay, we'll just say that. All right, so that's all I have here for you. That will be the last pile. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope those messages were received with love because they come from a place of love. And peace and blessings, everyone. Have a wonderful day.